this hand that writes. Now I write at night, when the two children are asleep and it's acceptable to smoke, drink, and let drafts in. Before I used to write all the time, at any hour, because my body belonged to me. My legs were long, strong, and slim. It was right to offer them, to whomever, to writing. In that apartment, there were only 5 pieces of furniture: bed, kitchen table, bookcase, desk, and chair. In fact, the desk, the chair, and the bookcase came later. When I moved in, I found only a bed and a folding aluminum table. There was also a bathtub, but I don't know if that counts as furniture. Little by little, the space began to fill up, though always with temporary objects. The books from the libraries spent the weekends piled high by the bed and disappeared the following Monday, when I took them to the office to write reports on them. A silent novel, so as not to wake the children. Sometimes I bought wine, although the bottle didn't last a single sitting. The bread, lettuce, cheese, whiskey, and coffee, in that order, lasted a bit longer. And a little longer than all those 5 together, the oil and soy sauce. But the pens and lighters, for example, came and went like headstrong teenagers determined to demonstrate their complete autonomy. I knew it wasn't a good idea to place the least trust in household objects. As soon as we become accustomed to the silent presence of a thing, it gets broken or disappears. My ties to the people around me were also marked by those 2 modes of impermanence, breaking up or disappearing. All that has survived from that period are the echoes of certain conversations, a handful of recurrent ideas, poems I liked and read over and over until I knew them by heart. Everything else is a later elaboration. It's not possible for my memories of that life to have more substance. They are scaffolding, structures, empty houses. In this big house, I don't have a place to write. On my work table, there are diapers, toy cars, transformers, bibs, rattles, things I still can't figure out. Tiny objects take up all the space. I cross the living room and sit on the sofa with my computer on my lap. The boy comes in. "What are you doing, Mama?" "Writing." "Writing just a book, Mama?" "Just writing." Novels need a sustained breath. That's what novelists want. No one knows exactly what it means, but they all say, a sustained breath. I have a baby and a boy. They don't let me breathe. Everything I write has to be, in short bursts. I'm short of breath. "I'm going to write a book too," the boy says while we're preparing dinner and waiting for his father to come back from the office. His father hasn't got an office, but he has a lot of appointments and sometimes says, "I'm going to the office now." The boy says his father works in the workery. The baby doesn't say anything, but one day she's going to say, "Papa." My husband's an architect. He's been designing the same house for almost a year now, over and over, with changes that are, to my mind, imperceptible. The house is going to be built in Philadelphia quite soon, when my husband finally sends off the definitive plans. In the meantime, they pile up on his desk. Sometimes I leaf through them, feigning interest. But I don't find it easy to imagine what it's all about. It's difficult to project all those lines into a 3rd dimension. He also leafs through the things I write. "What's your book going to be called?" I ask the boy. "It's going to be, Papa always comes back from the workery in a bad mood." In our house, the electricity cuts out. The fuses have to be changed very frequently. It's a common word in our everyday lexicon now. The electricity cuts out and the boy says, "We've got fussy fuses." I don't think there were any fuses in that apartment, in that other city. I never saw a meter. The electricity never cut out.